Ayo, what it do, YouTube? It's your boy Alvin MB10, aka AMR10, and what I got for you today happens to be some more NBA2K22 next gen. More specifically, what I have for you today happens to be a glitched Kyle Lowry build within NBA2K22 next gen. And let me just say, this has been requested for quite a bit. So here you go, I'm finally doing it. Now, as most of you know, Kyle Lowry is the starting point guard for the Miami Heat, right-handed jersey number 7, formerly starting point guard of the Toronto Raptors. Height-wise, he does come in at 6 feet tall, which is kind of shocking because you know what they say, undersized guards never usually make it to the NBA. And weight-wise, he comes in at about 196 pounds, but we decided to go with 183, mainly because that was the bare minimum we needed to get specific stats that we wanted whilst keeping us above a 90-something speed. Now, wingspan-wise, this is the part where the build is glitched because I decided to keep his wingspan at about 5'11", and body shape-wise, you can obviously go with a little bit on the build side, or maybe on the solid side, because Kyle Lowry isn't exactly one of the smallest guards in the league. Now, before we get into the skill breakdown, I do gotta say a big old shout out to all of you for all the support you've been showing on the channel. I have been noticing a lot of you commenting, a lot of you dropping likes, a lot of you watching the videos too and even saying what you want. So I do gotta say thank you. Also, weird thing, why is the Zion Williamson build video popping off? I know Joe Knows made something about Zion Williamson, but then, guess when big YouTubers make something that helps the rest of us. But yeah, if you're new to the channel and you ain't done so yet, do me a favor, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below, because most of you know we are trying to get to 1,000 subs before 2K23, and that is only possible with all of you dropping the like, dropping the subscribe button if you really can. And if you like today's video and you want to see more NBA 2K22 next gen content like this, then do me a favor, go ahead and hit that like button down below. We are aiming for at least 30 likes on this here video, and it's only possible if you do. And if you have a comment on a specific build you want to see me make, or you have a comment on how you think this build could be improved, or a general comment that you want to drop, then do me a favor, go ahead and drop that comment down below, because yeah, I do enjoy interacting with all of you. Now, first things first, let's get the physicals out the way. Speed-wise, I decided, defensive rebound, we'll get to that last. Speed-wise, I decided to go with an 87 because Kyle Lowry isn't exactly one of the fastest guards up and down the floor, but he is kind of fast. Excel will give him an 87, and then when it comes to stamina, as with any point guard build that I nowadays make, I decided to give him a 95. On the vertical side of the ball, I decided to give him a 41 vertical, mainly because you need a 60+ drive and dunk and a 30+ vertical in order to be able to get quick flushes on dunks. But in this game, if you really do move your dunk up to a 60, it then says you need a 40+ vertical to have a 60 drive and dunk, which makes me wonder, like, why the hell did they even say that you have to have low? Because look, if you reduce it, there you go, it reduces, even though it says you need a 60+ drive and dunk and a 30+ vertical for quick flushes. Guess that's just a bug in 2K. But yeah, rounding up his finishing, I decided to go with a driving layup of a 95 because even though he isn't one of the best at finishing at the cup when it comes to banging it on people, Kyle Lowry's got a nice layup package, and you know what I'm saying, you gotta put some respect to it. So I decided to give him like a 95+ driving layup because that also gives him Hall of Fame Giant Slayer and Acrobat, which I think are 2 key badges to have, especially when you're a smaller guard who isn't used to finishing through contact or with dunks. And then when it came to the close shot, I decided to give him a high rating of an 85 because this allows him to get the beautiful thing known as Hall of Fame fast twitch, which, trust me, plays a key part because this build does come with rebounding, as well as numerous other key badges that you need here, such as gold grace under pressure, because he does have grace under pressure when under the basket and having stopped and picked up his dribble. So yeah, as you can see in total, that allows you to finish with 23 total finishing badge points, which I personally believe is quite a lot on a point guard build and kind of nice. Then on the playmaking side of the ball, because I do want to do finishing and defense last, I decided to go with an 87 when it came to the speed with ball because, as I will always say, 2K tutorials taught me that you need to have the speed, excel, and speed with ball basically somewhat the same. That way your player always feels like he's the same speed going up and down the floor. Ball handle wise, as you can guess, we went with an 85 because this is the bare minimum we need to get all types of dribble packages. And then when it comes to pass accuracy, you know me, I always got to go with an 87 because I do want that gold needle threader, bullet passer, and of course bailout, because those are some of the key badges when passing out the ball, especially with how this game is with contests. You really do need gold bailout. Now, shooting wise, this is where the build is a little bit spicy. Free throw, we went with a 72 because, you know what I'm saying, I needed to give you something noticeable enough that when you go into the rec, you can obviously use this build and not be afraid of getting fouled, but also something to a point whereby it doesn't really affect the rest of the badges. So we went with a 72 when it comes to the free throw. When it came to the 3-ball, I decided to go a bit on the, I don't know, a bunch of people will say this is a really good rating, a bunch of people will cry it's not in the 90s, but I personally believe it's quite excellent in itself, and that we went with an 89 when it came to the 3-ball. Key thing here being we get gold on every shooting badge that relates to the 3-ball, and Hall of Fame on things like corner specialist, lucky number 7, clutch shooter, set shooter, slippery off ball, sniper, and volume shooter. And then to round up the shooting, as you can guess, we decided to go with a 96 when it comes to the mid-range jump shot, because as most of you know, even though these guys aren't known for being great floor spreaders, when it comes to shooting from mid, Kyle Lowry happens to be one of the money people. Plus, this allows us to get Hall of Fame difficult shots, hot zone hunter, and mismatch expert, which I believe you need to run on any build, as well as gold deadeye and gold catch and shoot. Now, defensively, this is where the build stands out, because I really wanted it to stay true to Kyle Lowry's game and the fact that he's not one of the greatest defenders in the league, but this man averages 2 steals per game throughout his career. So when you see stats like that, you gotta put respect to him. So first things first, we gave this guy a 94 when it came to the perimeter defense, allowing him to get Hall of Fame clamps, because that's something you need on miniature guards and it's something you should run. And then when it came to the steal, we decided to give him a 90 because that allows us to get Hall of Fame interceptor as well as gold pickpocket, which is a badge I really do believe most guards need to run nowadays, because the way 2K is turned around, steals are back in fashion, and trust me, they really do dominate. And then when it came to the defensive rebound side of the ball, we maxed it out at a 65, and then the offensive rebound, we decided to max it out at a 58. Now, as you can see, in total, that allows us to finish with 24 total defensive badge points, 29 playmaking, 33 shooting, and 23 finishing, which gives us a round total of 23, 56, 65, 85. 109 total badge points on this here Kyle Lowry build, and if you have managed to finish all 7 seasons of NBA 2K22 Next Gen, which I personally have not, as well as managed to rebirth this build, that gives you 120 total badge points on this here Kyle Lowry build, which I might say myself is quite shabby if I say so. Now, primary takeover, first thing you gotta go with, as I said, Kyle Lowry, he's not like, people don't know him for his defense where they're like, yeah, this guy can really lock up. But if it were me, you know what, actually, first one we're gonna go for is, I'm gonna take something along the lines of pull-up precision, because I have seen Kyle Lowry hit quite a few pull-ups, and I do enjoy watching his offensive game, because he's not one of the flashiest, but trust me, he really does get it done. And then for the secondary takeover, as I said, I'd go extreme clamps, just because if you're averaging 2 steals a game and happen to be a really good defender at your position for your height, we gotta put some respect on your name. Now, what 2K says we have happened to build here happens to be a two-way threat, the likes of John Stockton, Fred VanVleet, and Darius Garland. The irony, I think Fred VanVleet and Kyle Lowry play some of the same, and you could probably throw Darius Garland in there, but hey, it is what it is. Now, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video, which if you did, don't forget to do me a favor, go ahead and hit that like button. If you have a comment on the specific build you want to see me make, then do me a favor, go ahead and drop that comment, because right now, as it is, the next build we're making happens to be a Marcus Smart build. And if you are new to the channel and you ain't done so yet, maybe hit that subscribe button. But yeah, it's been your boy Alvin MB10, aka AMR10. I'll catch you in a bit. Deuces.